Now we're going to look over the properties of a wall. So we'll select our wall tool, and we can look here in the properties section. The first thing we see is the type selector. So if we hit the arrow, this is where we'll select the type of wall which we want to draw. So there's lots of different variations in here that are provided to us by Autodesk. You will be creating your own wall types in the future, but as a good basis and a good start point, it's great to get to know the wall types provided by Autodesk. So if we select the wall exterior, 102 brick, 50 air cavity, 45 insulation, 100 block and 12 plasterboard. Then we can draw our wall. With Revit, once you've drawn the wall, we can always go back and revise it and change the type that we've drawn. So if we simply select it again, hit the type selector, and we can change the type. So at any point throughout our modeling process, we can change the wall type. Once we have the wall selected, the properties palette will then take on the properties of that wall. So the first heading is the constraints. Our first one is the location line. So it's currently set to finish face interior, so now we have a better understanding of what they are, so we're able to change that now if needs be. We then have our base constraint, which is set to level 0. So again, if I open up our east elevation, you'll see our base constraint level 0, it's on level 0. The next option is base offset is set to 0, so it's sitting on level 0. We can add in an offset, so if I add in 200, you'll see that our wall has offset up level 0 by 200. Bring that back to 0. When we make a change in the properties palette, the effects will not take place until we either press apply or move the cursor into the drawing. The reason is we can make multiple changes in the properties palette before everything takes effect. It's just a quicker way of doing things, because if we were to do multiple things and the model was updating each time, it would delay the process. So next is the top constraint, which is currently set to unconnected. Here we can select it and revert it back to level 1. Again, moving my cursor into the model, you'll see the wall will now be constrained to level 1. Again, we have an offset, so I can add in an offset of 200. It's now offset above 200. If I add in a negative figure, it will go below the line. Next is the dimensions heading. So it will give us a length figure as well as the area and volume of that wall.